Hello there, welcome everybody. It's Diorama Don here once more, and this is a scene that you would, if you watch any newsreels of the time, any time between 39 and 45 in northern Europe, you would see a scene reminiscent of this, with collapsed buildings. Not necessarily all three buildings, but for some reason the one building just collapses, leaving the other two okay. So this was just an idea I had. It was very simple to do, just cardboard and polystyrene and a little bit of tile grout. That's basically all I've used. So if you watch the rest of the video, it will be how I went about making it. Before I continue, quick advert. Please subscribe to the channel. Subscriptions are going up very nicely, but they need to go up even more. For some reason the algorithm has changed so that everybody gets less money. So I need to up my subscriptions to counteract that. So just click the subscribe button and the notification bell, and all will be well and good. You'll be notified for new videos and I'll get lots of money. If only. Okay, so let's get on with the video, and I'll see you later. So what we need are 3 houses in a row on a street. The 2 houses either side of the ruined building will be complete, but the one in the middle will be just completely gone, a total ruin. If you look at photographs of bombed areas from any war really, you tend to find 2 complete buildings that are almost untouched, but the one in the middle just gone, no more. So I've marked out the front of one of the houses. So there'll be 2 houses, one either side, and then the middle bit will be the wreckage. So I want them quite tall, so 3 stories tall, and whereas I would normally only have 2 or 3 inches depth to a house on a diorama, this depth is going to be quite important, because that's going to hold the the remains of the floors of the middle house. So that's 4 inches deep. So that's the size of the house. And as in the last video where I incorporated the roof into the structure of the house, I shall do the same here. So I'm using 2mm cardboard, but you can't bend 2mm cardboard. And if you use a thinner card, it makes for a not very substantial structure. So it needs really to be at least 2mm thick. So to compensate for the fact that you can't bend cardboard, there will be a bend on that line and a bend on that line when I've cut this out. Cut that out, cut that out, cut that out, cut that out. So that will bend back, and then the sides will bend in. So what I haven't done, what I shall do is mark the same position of these lines on the back, and then cut out. See, what I could do is make a cut down those lines and then fold it, but then that's going to leave a horrible opening. It's still not going to be a good corner. But if I do it from this side, and I cut a 45-degree groove in the cardboard that way, and another one on just the other side of the line that way, and take out what will be that shape of cardboard, a triangle shape. Oh, I don't know. It'll cut a triangle shape of cardboard out. If I cut that and then cut that, it's going to come out as a triangle shape. Then I can bend it. So proof is in the pudding. That's one I've done already. So I cut down there, and cut down there, and cut across there, and I was able then to bend the roof back and the sides of the wall back to make it all in one piece, and it just makes life so much easier. So there's one of the houses, and I'll do exactly the same with this one, and that will be one house there, and the middle bit will be the collapsed building. So I'll go ahead and do this house the same as I've done this one, come back, and we'll see what it looks like then. Okay, so I've got my two houses made, and I've just started putting the windows in. They're just toothpicks. I'm not going to put elaborate cut out window frames in 12 window frames. It would take too long, so just toothpicks in there will do. Okay, so I started sticking 1/2-inch polystyrene on the where the walls and floors would have been, and then with a sharp barbecue stick just pick out the edges, just so that it looks like broken brick. So that will go there, and that will go there, and that's all that's remaining then of the centre house, apart from a large pile of rubble at the bottom there. So I've got that to work out how to do, but I'll finish both houses, put the roofs on, and finish this picking of the polystyrene here, and then give it a coat of paint. So I'll do all that and come back and see what it looks like then. So I finished the houses off, put a bit of moulding around the windows just to make it look a little more interesting, put the door in. I didn't want to see through the windows, so I put curtains up at each window, just a sheet of net curtain actually, just to cover all the windows. The roof, tiled roof, I've made tiled roofs in the past, a grid of 3/8 squares, and then cut them off two lengths at a time, and then just cut up. If you follow my previous video, you will see how I make my tiled roofs. So then I gave it a coat of white wall filler with watered down, and then a coat of grey grout over the top. And as you can see, it looks makes them look quite old and weathered. On the side, you would be able to see what the decoration of the previous house was. So I've just painted a couple of colours in there, though I didn't want them to be too bright, not really. So in the broken polystyrene, if you remember, I picked out the polystyrene to make it uneven, and that with PVA glue, a lot of PVA glue, and then just sprinkle some brown, some red and grey pieces of tile grout to represent the broken brick, and it sits inside the polystyrene very nicely. So when it's dry, it's absolutely solid. It feels like broken brick. So that's the house that used to be in the middle. So we've got the two houses either side. Yeah, so what we need now is something to put them on. So I've made quite a large diorama base. So they will fit either side like that. So that's what we've got either side. This will be the road in front, obviously, and the path there. But in the middle will be the remnants of the whole house. So there'll be a lot of debris, a pile of it. So what I've done is just cut these pieces of polystyrene. That's ever decreasing sizes, and they will sit there. When I've stuck those in place, hot melt glue, then I'll do the same again and take away the square sides, if you like, to make it into a rough pyramid. And then I can put the same kind of stuff, the rubble, the red and the grey tile grout pieces that I used to make the bricks. Where are we? Bricks. That will give it a mound then of rubble, debris, rubble. So then that will be it. That's all I shall do. So I'll stick these on, get the right shape of the mound, and then cover that with rubble, and then this will be the road in front with a tank going down the front there. So I'll finish it off now, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Well, no, I'll be back in a second to show you the finished thing. So I haven't quite finished the project yet, but I thought I'd stop off just for now to show you how I'm getting on. So I made my mound from those pieces of polystyrene and then chipped away at it to make more of like a pyramid shape, if you like. And then scattered all my broken pieces of tile grout, grey mixed in with red, and sort of scattered those all around, and then filled the rest of the path in with a grey grout. So that's basically the whole thing finished. But notice from a lot of photographs of similar kinds of scenes, there's then an inordinate amount of wood lying around from the roof trusses and the pieces in between the floor, and well, a lot of wood anyway. So I've cut one of these lollipop sticks. I buy from the equivalent of my hobby shop, if you like. They're a glorified stationers, really. So I haven't really got a hobby shop to go to, but they sell these anyway. So rip the end off with a pair of pliers, so you've got rough edges on the end there, and then just cut them with a sharp knife into strips, and then break them off as you need them. And these will be dispersed all over the rubble there, and a few for the roof, the remaining trusses of the two houses. So I'll carry on and finish it off now completely with all my bits of wood, and we'll be back in a moment and I'll show you the finished thing. Okay, all complete now. Got my bits of wood lying all over the rubble. Well, what do you know? It's yet another one of my street lamps. I've got millions of them. And my tiger tank. If you're interested, I'll show you how to make one of these in 2mm cardboard in a previous video. Just look it up. But I think that's turned out reasonably well. I wasn't quite sure how it would work, but it looks pretty good. Though I say it myself. So there we are, one collapsed building. Just enhances any military vehicle, I think, by adding something like this. Very easy to make. Two pieces of 2mm cardboard, that's all. Very thin cardboard roof tiles, polystyrene for the broken floors, polystyrene for the mound, and broken tile grout for the debris. So that's all it is. Costs nothing to make. Even the diorama base is just a sheet of polystyrene, and I've done the sides as well, and as the same effect as the road, like that. Okay, so again, thank you very much for watching this video. if you subscribe and press that notification bell, you will be informed when new videos come along. At the moment it's probably 2 or 3 a week. I seem to be getting through them quite quickly. So have a go yourself. If you've just completed your military vehicle, and not necessarily in cardboard, I hasten to add, you've spent all that time painting and weathering and doing what have you to it. It was just nice to set it into this kind of setting. Okay, so thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, I wish you the very best of happy modelling.